What up, though? And welcome to Free for All Friday right here on Detroit Lives of the Proud. You know how the song goes. It's Friday, then hey, it's Saturday, Sunday. Well, it is Free for All Friday. Welcome to the show right here on Detroit Lives of the Proud, man. Thank you for everyone for tuning in right here on the channel. Let's get to the chat right quick to see. Let's say good morning to everyone. My man Forbidden Anonymous says hello. What up, though? What up, though, my man? It is Michael Hux in the building. What's going on? What up, though, my man? Mr. Reliable. Dan Spano says, morning, peeps. What's going on, my guy? Man, Brian Stover's in the building. I know he's always got some smart-ass comments to say, so we're going to have some fun with him. Brian Stover's always, man. That's my dude, though. I love him, man. Fresh off her appearance, her world premiere appearance on Micro Mike last night, man. Lady Lionel of Douchebagia. What's going on?
And I missed it, so I missed it.
I did not know you were going to be on there. You know what I'm saying? My man Cap Ice Cold's in the building. What's up, man? Y'all know what it is, man. Silver member of the Wall of Fame. Let's get into some topics, man. Thank you, everyone, again for joining us right here. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. The whole show. You're not gonna want to miss the special announcement we have at the end of the show. So hang out with us, have some fun, talk some Lions football, and chill out and have a great time today, man, because we're gonna have a good one. First, let's bring in the panel. Y'all know who it is, man. Y'all see the avatar up there. My man, my mellow. He is from my LNU stablemate, Micro Mike from Chat Sports. How you doing, Micro Mike?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. This is the last time you're going to see the avatar on here, folks, because I am working right now at my normal job. Guess what? It's the last time you see the avatar. That's a good thing. Huge shout out to Nicole C., Lionor of Douchebagia. She killed it last night, folks. If you ain't watched it, you need to watch her. Skim through me. Just watch her the whole time. She's absolutely amazing.
Definitely she is. All right. Just came in the building. Y'all know who it is. Y'all see the avatar up there, man. It is Luke G of Luke G's Field Review. What's going on, my dude?
What's good, family? How everybody doing?
Hey, man. Good. Y'all know what it is, man. And speaking of family, it's the co-creator of Lions on the Prowl himself, Maniac Tim Becker. What's going on, man?
Oh, not much. It's ready for the show.
All right.
Yeah.
And y'all know who it is. Y'all see the crown. It's always on her head. It is the queen of the
I need
crown.
to go. I'm on the wrong side of the screen.
Yeah, you're the wrong side this time. Miss Valerie Bordeaux. Good morning, Val.
Woo, y'all. We're going to be talking some football today. And we going Proud Nation Cubs. We're going to have a special story time at the end of the show.
Special, very special.
It's going to be a roller coaster ride. So you want to make sure you stay tuned to the end of the show. I know some of you may know some of the details because you know me. As soon as I hear news kind of at this proportion, my big ass mouth is going to be telling somebody. But you don't know it all. So you better stay tuned for the end of the show.
Stay tuned for that. All right. So let's get into some of the questions. Y'all know we got to start it off right. Now, we got to start it off with the first thing that happened this week. Player-led practice. Because I haven't talked to you guys about this. Some people are like, yeah, it was for show. Some people were like, some people said it was a good thing. It was unconventional. But I'm going to talk to a football player himself, Luke G. What did you think about the coachless practice on Monday?
Anytime I ever had a player-led practice, and it was fun. I mean, in high school, I had them where I was a captain, and then in college, I had them. I wasn't a captain. But the benefit of player-led practices is the level of accountability. You become more aware of the person next to you, a person across from you, just the members of your team. And so what starts to happen is you start to realize just how much work going into really evaluate what they're doing. And what it does is it creates a unspoken bond. It is something that is very difficult to even measure, because it's like, hey, I know what this person is going through on the personal level, the career level, on every level you can think of. And now I see why he's doing these things. Let me help him or whatever like that. Mm-hmm. So you don't never get that full team capacity until you can have some of those moments where it's created organically. And I think it was a smart play by the Lions organization coaches to do that. I think it was a very smart play to put the leadership and onus on them.
All right. I liked it myself. I thought it was a good thing when you have that much respect and accountability from the coaches and the players. You know, Dan Campbell was out there, but he wasn't coaching. He was out there observing. You had the brass out there. You know, it's one of those things. I said it, man. You better not embarrass me. But he gave him the game plan. Y'all know what to do. Get yourself out there, you professionals, and go out there and lead practice. What you got, Mike, on the player-led practice? What were your thoughts on that?
Accountability is the key. Exactly what Luke was saying there. It's always good to have accountability of your players next to you in the team. Now, this is something that we dealt with in the Army, Kurt. You know, we do have leadership, but it's always good when you can give some tasks to your soldiers that are not in position of power. Once you do that and you see them build that leadership, it's really good to see. And that's how you hold each other accountable. And if you guys don't remember, in 2011, before the regular season, Matthew Stafford, Kyle Vanden Bosch had player-led practices when the NFL was not allowing players to come into the practice and actually practice. They weren't allowing it because there was a holdout. It worked really well for the Lions during that time. No coaches. I think this is something that's very good. You can't do it all the time, but this is something that builds relationships, build leadership and chemistry. Yeah,
man. You know how you having that specialist run, sergeant's time. You know what I'm saying? You got the lowest ranking soldier teaching the class. All right, this is what your task is. You're gonna teach the class today, and I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna look at what you got, your lesson plan, and let me know what you're gonna do. It's always good to make sure those younger soldiers have accountability and take onus of, of the squad, the section, or whatever else you're teaching them. So, yeah, I get what you're saying 100%. All right, Maniac Tim, man. Would you have been a maniac out there on the coach's practice, or how would you have approached it?
Hell yeah, I would have been a maniac. But I mean, that's me. But yeah, it builds a camaraderie and it builds, I think it binds them together as a team, and get some focus on one thing because it's just something that brings you together and anything that's going to build your character and build the teamness, the camaraderie, as everybody's been saying, and bonding. Shoot, I think that's just great for the Lions.
Yeah. And before I get to Val, I want to say, and kind of because you kind of check the temperature on this stuff, I was kind of checking on to see what was going on outside of the Lions Twitterverse and our Instagram posts and stuff like that. And before I get to Val, because she delves in that realm, being a Bears fan. But you got some people, oh, this is a dumpster fire, or it's just for show, and you're like, nah, man, you stay out of our building. If you don't know what's going on in Detroit, keep your damn mouth shut. But you got some people who are going to be, like, oh, it's just for show. Oh, it's just because Hard Knocks is there, blah, 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 yada, 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 whoop. But I think it was a genuine thing by our coaching staff. Dan Campbell's a genuine guy. He is who he is. He's not going to do anything for show. So that's my thing. That's my take on it with that. But for someone who's a fan outside of our building, Miss Bordeaux, please give us your thoughts on the player-led practice.
Now, there's a lot of people that with no common football sense out there, Kurt, and they'll go off and say all kinds of crazy things. Like one fellow in our comment section who decided to tell me that Lazy Eye Jenkins would be a great solution for the Lions team, and I was like, you need to go on with that, sir. But I'm an avid Bears fan, but you need to go on with that, sir. We're right there. But for me, this players-led practice is the perfect opportunity for the players to develop self-control, self-discipline, and to see who has leadership skills. Who is going to be the one to step up and step out and ball up and ball out? Who is going to be the one to make sure that everyone else is in line and follows that? And I think you need to be able to give them the opportunity to do that. It's not about show. It's about Detroit Lions developing a cultural identity with their team that they've never had before. And this team is built on grit. It's built on all for one, one for all. And it's a united front. And it's that whole issue that we've been talking about from day one with this team called One Pride.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way you're going to do that is to make sure that these guys step up and have that chance to display that.
Yeah.
So that's what I feel. That's what we really want to see out of these player-led practices, instead of just a bunch of guys relying on a coach telling them what to do. They need to think for themselves on the field.
Yeah, definitely. And it's go ahead, Luke.
No, I was just saying, I think Vail is hitting on some points that many people may overlook because they may think that it's for show and stuff like that. But the reality is this: it's one thing to have the coach yelling at you and telling you, "Get this done. Come on, we can be better and do it." It's another thing when the guy who wants your spot is yelling at you, "Keep playing with me, and I'm gonna take your spot." All right.
Yeah.
That's another thing where somebody else didn't get drafted and they looking at an opportunity to show like, oh, okay, so you want to play because the coach ain't here. Well, I got those qualities. It changes the dynamics of everything. And when you're talking about the level of self-discipline to force yourself to do something, I tell people all the time, the real heroes are the people who get up every day when they don't want to. Those are the real heroes. And so to me, those self-led practices is exactly what we should see more often. You know, it's one of the major scenes in Remember the Titans where they like, look, man, if we can't come together, we're not going to be winning. We can't do nothing. You know, our world is different from theirs, but that's what makes us special. And so Vail is hitting on a very strong point when she say, look, this is your opportunity to be held accountable amongst your peers and yourself. Self first, because ain't nobody behind you telling you messed up. You better remember your steps. And if you're not, it's on you.
Yeah, definitely. And to get with that One Pride thing, it's definitely with this team. It's DVE all day, Detroit versus everybody in Detroit right now. All right, so thank you all for checking us out right here on Detroit Lions of the Pride. You know what time of the show it is. It's time for the Kurt Cap switch up. Y'all know how I do it, man. Now, y'all might have think y'all seen this cap before. You did not. Okay, let me show you the cap you saw before. You saw this cap before. This is the retro logo. This is the full crown cap. It has the NFL logo on the back. This is the low crown retro cap, and it has lions on the back. So this is a different cap. Looks the same, but it's different. So take note of that. This is the low crown. Those are my favorite hats. When they start making the low crown caps, I love it because I got a funny shaped head. But this is the Kurt Cap switch up, man. Y'all know what we're gonna do at the end of the month, which is the end of next week. We're going to ask some questions, and someone will win a nice, clean autograph cap from your boy Kurt, man. And I got plenty of them that's been on the shelf that I ain't worn in a long time, or maybe have never worn, but I have it in the catalog as well. So, you know what I'm saying? Take your chance, man, and go ahead and join that. And it will be coming out next week. We'll ask some questions. We will be doing that on the next Free for All Friday. That's when we will ask the questions for you guys about the Kurt Cap switch up. So go ahead and get your pens and paper out and do your homework, man. And you can get back and check all the older videos. You may get the answer to the question. So, all right, with all that,
Granddaddy's trying to double dare you into taking your cap off and show your head.
No, man, my hair ain't done right now. I ain't comb this big old head today. So I ain't even gonna do that thing. I ain't gonna do that thing. All right. So next question we got to ask about it because it's the biggest thing in Detroit Lions right now. What was your favorite moment from this week's Hard Knocks? I know what mine is, but I want to talk to you guys because I haven't talked to Luke G about his, or Mike about his, or Maniac Tim about his. I already talked to Val about hers. She always talking about somebody's ass. But with that being said, Luke G, what was your favorite moment from this week's Hard Knocks?
I mean, to me, it has to be the moment that stole the show, which is, you know, Josh Adams, the jokes. It was so freaking. I was genuinely laughing.
Yeah, it was
like
hilarious.
I'm like, oh god, like I never even thought about it. Like God, he do like he could be a Backstreet Boy tackling people. Like what the hell? Like, and when he said that the joke he made about Dan Campbell, he like I realized coach is so damn big. He needs to put his ass on special teams again. What the hell? Like, you know, and you look at him, you don't realize it until you see him in real. You're like, God, he was a big guy. Like, you know,
yeah,
so
huge.
You know that had to be by far my favorite time of it because I could tell that the Lions players were skeptical, like, oh, a comedian, but they genuinely had to laugh.
Yeah, that was fun. And I said this yesterday on the show. what you didn't see was Dan Campbell laughing, because he was the one who brought the comedian in under 24 hours notice, and he said, you know, gets to break some tension up, and he was crying, laughing behind the scenes, man. I know Eric Woodyard, he talked to Josh Adams, did a great article, so go over there and check it out on ESPN. But favorite moment of the show this week for Hard Knocks, Tim Becker, what you got?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it. All right, we'll come back to you.
No.
All right, we'll let you watch it and come back. All right, Mike, man.
I don't have access.
We'll get you access, brother. We'll get you to you.
Okay.
All right, what you got, Michael Mike? What was your favorite moment of Hard Knocks?
The comedian. The what do you say? The one ass cheek and three toes. I was crying, man. Yeah. I thought that was hilarious. It came out of nowhere. That's the type of stuff it brings. Again, it's a team building type of thing. You're laughing at yourself. You're laughing at your leadership, and it just puts everybody together. It reminds me of times in the Army, Kurt. I'm sure, you know, something happens. Everybody's laughing, just having a good time. Yeah. And when you're dealing with a lot of bad around, you know, you're tired, you're physically hurt, then something like that happens, and it just makes everything go away. It was hilarious.
It was freaking hilarious, man. It was. Yeah, when he said Justin Timberlake coming off the edge, I freaking lost it. That was a really funny moment. All right, Val, what was your favorite moment besides Aiden Hutchinson's abs?
Oh, you know why they always got to make every episode of Hard Knocks an episode of The Bachelor with the abs right up in your face and all this stuff. But that was not my favorite moment. That's just my. Yeah, I'm just pointing out the obvious, and you can thank Dr. Detroit for leading the discussion in there. But he's the one that started that mess and pointed it out. But you know me, as Queen of the Prowl, I wake up every day and I choose violence. So, my favorite moment of the show was the moment that the Colt guy went after Jamal Williams' throat. And Jamal Williams did not let up on that mother till the rest of that dang practice. And he just whooped his tail from head to toe and trash talked him the entire time. That is what I wanted to see out of a Lions player. And I know we go back to this whole thing. This is for show, and he knows he's on camera and blah blah. No, that's his personality, my friend, and that's exactly the personality every Lions player on that team should have.
I agree with you on that one.
He made it hard for me to be like, get rid of him. I'm like, shit, he's just so. I mean, he was on his head, but you know what? There was a moment in that whole show that I think is probably one of the most super underrated moments, and it was really tied for first for me, and it was the level of passion that we got from our running back coach, Deuce Staley. You lost your voice and managed to still curse everybody the hell out. That's impressive. Anybody know how hard it is to still yell when you can't yell? You know how hard. You know. Think about how difficult it had to be for the players for a dude to whisper, "You fucking up." Yeah, you just think about it. It's terrible. He was so passionate. That he chewed them out like, y'all, this not what we do. This ain't who we are. This how y'all gonna show up to practice. And then I want to know who was the doctor who gave him his voice back the next day. That guy needs to be like at the hand of like Jesus. How did he do this?
Yeah, that was
but that's one of the most underrated moments of all time.
The depends moment was funny too.
Oh yeah, when he Anzalone with the depends,
because he had diarrhea.
Yeah, my favorite. And I love all those moments, man. My favorite was the level of support that I saw from Obina Ezzi's wife. She is a ride or die. You could tell that like she got his back. She gonna kick him in the chest when he need it. She gonna rub him on his back when he need it. She's gonna push him to be better, saying that you can't make this mistake if you're trying to make the team. But the way she cheered him on in the stands, it's just to see that level of like support from a player's wife, and that type of rah like, and I can see her folding the chick up, like I said, in the stands if she come at her wrong or say something wrong about the team. Like I can see
she checked that dude though, Kurt. You pay attention. She checked that dude.
Real quick.
Well, he made a comment to her that she kind of took as like, what do you mean? She was like, I think the guy said to her like, I love the way that you cheer him on. And she's like, yeah, thank you, because I love him. Like, like she checked off on him on that and stuff, and I was happy. I'm just gonna be honest, I'm gonna put it out there because it's been something that's been irritating me for the longest. I was happy I didn't have to see nobody from Aiden Hutchinson's family. They were so annoying to me. I swear to God, they were so annoying.
We don't want to give them the hate because I had to address that last week, man.
Okay.
Don't hate that.
There's something I'm gonna have to address real quick. There's comments going on in the live chat, and I will address this because this needs to be addressed.
Okay, what's the?
Okay, Subcity Trap Boy is questioning why I'm called the Queen of the Prowl because I am a Bears fan.
Okay.
Detroit Lions on the Prowl was created by my late husband. This is my married into family.
Yeah.
I do not have to choose a side because you do not choose sides when you get married, do you? You don't choose your family over your husband's family. You blend them together. And this is my family. And I will protect this family. My husband was the king of the prowl, and I am the queen of the prowl. And that's the bottom line to it.
Yep. And
the maniac says so.
And as one of the people who that's then when we got on the YouTube channel, as I dubbed her Queen of the Prowl, and that's what it's going to be. She will always be the Queen of the Prowl right here on Detroit.
If they think that's bad, they should wait till they find out that not only do I like the Lions, I'm also a fan of the Buccaneers and Seahawks. So shame on me too, I guess. But you know,
it is what it is. But she is the Queen of the Prowl, and that's how we gonna roll. But with that being said, man, hey, like the video, comment on the video, man. Y'all know the deal, Sub City Trap City Boy. You know what it is, man. Y'all know what it is. She is the Queen of the Prowl, man. Don't question the Queen, man. Don't come. What's that? If you come for the throne, you bet not miss. You know how that go. All right. With all that being said, let's get into some of the comments you guys had to say, because we haven't really talked to y'all. You know. Lionel Beck says Hutch really looks like a 90s boy band, and I can't unsee it. That is correct. That is correct, man. You know what?
Me
Justin
too.
Timberlake.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, when he said that, I was like, oh no, he just did not. For real.
Yeah. Dan Spano says, I can't keep up with Kurt Caps. Kurt can't keep up with his own. I can't keep up with my caps. Trust me, I have some. I would look and I was like, I have one sitting next to me. I have never, ever wore, ever. And it's been sitting in my house for at least probably about 8-9 months. I've never worn it. It's never touched my head. Like except for I tried on when it came in the house. That was it. But like to wear it out the house or something like that, I've never worn a thing. Yeah, definitely. And Val is a Lions Bears fan. She does both. She goes back and forth, man. That's how she roll, man. She knows she's part of it, of the family, right? Oh, Tim, you should get the free Amazon Prime, then you can get HBO. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Right. We're gonna find a way to get you access so you can watch, so you can get caught up on all the episodes.
Oh, definitely.
You know, it's only 5 weeks. So
we got shared a way that you can access Hard Knocks in the Facebook group. So you might want to go check some old posts because
we definitely gonna get you on there, man. Because you got another 2 episodes because it only runs for 5 weeks because it only runs through training camp. So we got one more episode coming up, and then next week, and then the final one with the final cuts. That's usually the last one, the big hurrah for the Hard Knocks, man. But we got to get into make sure we do some more questions right here on the channel because that's what we do, man. And it's a special Friday episode. We're gonna get through these questions because we said we got a special announcement at the end of the show. So stay tuned. All right, who will be the surprise cut by the Lions after the final preseason game? I'm gonna let you go first, Michael on this one. Who's gonna get cut? And it's gonna be a shocker to everybody.
I'll say Julian Akwara. I think he could be a surprise cut for the Detroit Lions. He hasn't done anything in training camp that's really blown anything up. Hasn't done anything in preseason. You don't even really hear about him.
He's hurt.
He's just he's just alive. That's really it.
He's hurt. You ain't gonna hear nothing about it because he's on the shelf.
He's always on the shelf.
He ain't practicing. We ain't practicing what, 2 weeks now? Okay, but I take that.
Like 2 years.
All right, Maniac Tim, who's your surprise cut?
I'm going to say Pimpleton.
Khalil Pimpleton, man,
Yeah.
ain't a surprise to me. But okay.
Oh.
Okay. Well, all right, Queen of the Pride, what you got? Who is your surprise cut?
My surprise cut. I sure hope I'm wrong. I don't want it to be. But I think it's gonna be Tom Kennedy.
Tom Kennedy. Okay.
Wow.
All right. Before I get to Luke G, I'm gonna give you mine. David Blau is gonna get cut. Tim Boyd is gonna be the backup quarterback for the Lions this year.
Agree.
All right, Luke G, what you got? Yeah, unfortunately.
All right. So I saw this question and I thought long and hard about this. And I was just really looking at it. The key word is surprise. And I think there's a player who I think many people would say has played his butt off, right? However, the Lions can stand to make some money if they move on from this player. Right. And they do have other players already on the roster who can still fill that role in a similar light. My surprise cut is none other than Austin Bryant.
Ooh.
I think Austin Bryant has played his butt off, right?
Yeah.
But he's also playing his butt off to maintain a spot. They did bring in Pascal, who they put on the physically unable to perform list. They do got Julian Okor, and they are getting Romeo Okor back. On top of that, they still falling in love with the guy who can play both the positions with Jason Cornell. And then they're still looking for another nose tackle. So you got versatile players with Levi Onwuzurike, versatile players with Pascal, versatile player with Jason Cornell, and that leaves out to me the one oddball, which is Austin Bryant.
Okay. Hey, Luke, man, you're on crack, dog.
That'll be a surprise, man.
It wasn't fully cut, Mike. It wasn't. They didn't cut it fully.
You say you on crack.
You always gotta come out with the crazy things and make you go, what?
In the kitchen cooking up the pots, man. He was in the kitchen with that thing.
I'm just saying the key word was surprise. I think it's very plausible that because they do stand to make a pretty good penny for releasing him.
Yeah, okay.
It would be a surprise.
That'll be a surprise like a mug.
That's like Jared Goff getting cut, dog.
All right, my surprise cut is Jarek Davis, Dr. Detroit. I don't know if that's a surprise. Hey, okay, I got you.
I mean, any linebacker who gets cut, not named Malcolm Rodriguez, would not be a surprise. Seriously.
All right. Okay. All right. So we'll get to this question here in a minute, but I will come back to this Grand Judge 12 before we get to the next question. All right, Pimpleton probably end up on the practice squad. I think so too. I will keep Brian over Aquara. Okay. I don't see it, Luke.
It would be a surprise.
It would be an absolute surprise.
Devin 99 says, "Is Levi going to play this year?"
It's a good damn question.
It's
a very valid question.
Luke is always the outlier. Yes, he is. Luke is always the outlier.
But but a lot of times my stuff aged really well. Just saying.
It does come back around. I will say that.
But
it does come back around to bite us in the ass. It does. It come back around like a bad rash. It flames back up. All right. So Greg Twist asked me to ask you guys the question I had yesterday about the two trades. So the two trades were. And this is from Alex K over at Bleacher Report. The two trades, it was the Lions should make two trades. One would be to trade Michael Brockers back to LA, and I said for a late round pick. He didn't give the specifics, but I said a late round pick. And then the other one would be to trade for Deron Payne out of the Washington Commanders. So would you make either one of those trades or both? I'm going to go to Micro Mike first.
What do we get? That's the thing is I don't want to trade draft picks in all honesty, or trade away players and just get a draft pick. I'd like to get a player like a linebacker. If I'm going to make a trade, I want a linebacker. Look, we got defensive tackles we can pick up. I get it. But if we're going to get rid of players or trade for something, I want a linebacker. That's it. That's all I want. So if you want to get Payne, you want to trade a player for Payne, like say we're going to get rid of a player that's not going to make the team, fine. If we're gonna trade away draft picks, no, I'm not cool with that. But if you want to trade for a linebacker, I'm cool. Like, that's our bad spot.
My thing was I was looking.
We don't
at
need
like
linebackers, Mike.
kind of an NBA type of deal.
Yeah, linebackers don't matter.
I was kind of looking at it as like an NBA deal where, okay, if we trade Brockers back to LA for a draft pick and we take that draft pick and package it with a player and to Washington for Deron Payne, that's what I was kind of looking at it as, that type of deal. But what you got, Luke G? Either one of those deals, I was saying that Michael Brockers really doesn't fit into what the Lions are doing right now. He's kind of like he's the outlier. He doesn't really fit in the scheme. He's older, and the Lions are trying to get younger. So what do you think about that? At least that portion of it.
I feel that I would pass on either of those trades. I know what Payne brings to the table and stuff, but I'm not looking for a guy just to take up space. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. But Mike is on the head with this one. We need a freaking linebacker. Don't talk to me about no damn trade unless it's a linebacker. I don't want to hear about trading no shoes for water. Dive thirst. We need linebackers. And when you listen to the linebacking coach and his interview talk about it, he understands we need linebackers. When you look at the interviews on Hard Knocks, and he's up here mad because he's got to squeeze or maybe possibly squeeze a 6th-round pick who was brought in for special teams into the starting lineup, it's not exciting. So, yeah, if you're not calling us up, talking about you got this linebacker for us or even another cornerback or a safety, hang the damn phone up and call me back when you serious because we don't have time to be playing games. Okay. So, no, I don't want either of those trades. I don't want more D linemen. We don't invested two, 3 damn drafts worth of D linemen already, and they ain't yielding nothing. I'm good. Give me my linebackers.
Linebacker it is. Val, what you got?
I'm with Micro Mike on this one. As far as the fact that I don't want to give away any draft picks, the Lions should not be giving away any draft picks. Player for player, I mean, linebackers for sure. I was crying and whining about that all off season long and being told, oh, yeah, linebackers don't matter. What we need linebackers for. But, we need linebackers. We need secondary. We got blind ballerinas bouncing around in the backfield. There needs to be some help there. Now, I don't want to see Michael Brockers go for nothing. I don't want, we should try to get something out of him, not just let him walk, but not to give away anything that could help us at the end of the day.
Okay.
I just thought of something, y'all. This may be real far-fetched, but this makes sense. So I was reading Lionor comment about she'll get rid of Cephas for Jaron Kearse, even though he was a Lion once. So he was a Lion, and then the coach came there and made him a linebacker. But what if they did the same thing, but with a different team? What if they gave Michael Brockers to the Raiders in exchange for safety/linebacker Devin Diablo, a guy who I wanted anyway, who can play both positions, big as a hitter, got range, and they did that. So now you get your young linebacker/safety who can fill that void, and all you did was get a guy who's on an expiring contract. And then if you wanted to go out and still add a people like Malcolm Brown, you can do that if you wanted to. I personally will call up Sue and see if I can sway him back here, but that's just me. But if they did that trade with the Raiders, it would open up a plethora of options for him, in my opinion.
His name's Diablo. That's a scary name for a linebacker.
Yeah.
Think about it, right? Yeah. Or
I'm fine with that.
Or trade Brockers. Trade Brockers to the Steelers. Because I know that they not really hot about Devin Bush, and I know that y'all Michigan fans don't like me to say negative about Devin Bush or Michigan players. So let me just say, you can get you another Michigan player.
I don't care where they come from. If you got LB next to your,
but that's how I feel, Mike. I made that statement because people think I have a thing against Michigan, and I'm like, I really don't. I don't. But I'm just saying, if you tell me I can get a linebacker and it's Devin Bush, I'll take that right now.
Yeah, so would I.
But interesting the suggestion, but I don't think the Cowboys would trade Jaron Kearse. They just re-signed him to to a two-year, $10 million deal. So I don't think they're going to sign up. They like what he brought to the table last year. He had a good year last year, so I don't think Jerry's going to move him out of the building just yet. But I like J. Ron Kurtz when he was here, and I was kind of like, they just ran him out of town. So okay. All right. Next question, because we got to keep the show moving. All right. So I asked about the cut. Now here is who will make the roster. What player can make the roster on the game on Sunday versus the Steelers? So I always say who's gonna get cut, surprise cut. Who can make the roster on Sunday? Like who can ball out on Sunday and make their imprint enough to make this roster on Sunday? We'll go to Val first. Who do you think can make this roster on Sunday?
My same answer is going to be the one that could be the surprise cut. Tom Kennedy. This is his opportunity, and he doesn't have there isn't much room for him.
Mm-hmm.
But if he can ball out, he's got a chance to take over away from Cephas and Benson and all of that. But that is going to depend on what kind of game he's going to have with this game, of what his future is going to be. So I think that he's one of the bigger players. That his career is on the line of what's going to happen to him, whether he can make it or break it with the Lions or have to go somewhere else.
Okay, all right. Mike, who can make this team on Sunday?
Well, look, this person has one shot, one opportunity. You don't want to lose yourself in the moment. You own it. He's never wanting to let it go. How about Maurice Alexander? Wide receiver, kick returner, punt returner, what he's shown in the last game, 65-yarder, about a 45-yarder. When you can give the offense that type of field position, that is a winner to me. You can do it, man. You can do it. Just beat up on the Steelers special teams on Sunday. We need you.
And don't eat your mom's spaghetti before the game.
And don't have mom's spaghetti. And I'm going to just do another one, too. Justin Jackson, running back.
Mm-hmm.
Love what I saw from him. I'm not big on Jamar Jefferson. We'll see if he can make the team. So those two who I'm rooting for.
Okay, definitely. All right, what you got, Maniac Tim? Who can make this roster?
I got to agree with Mike on Alexander because how I like the way that he looked last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, if he can ball out and stuff like that, from what I've seen.
He can kick Godwin Equal off the team, huh?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. Because that's because what Dan Campbell said is that, like, we already know that we have Khalif Raymond's going to return punts and Godwin Equal is going to be our kick returner. But Maurice Alexander, I believe he can supplant him as a kick returner. I agree with you 100% on that because he has good vision. He can find out and he can fly. So I'm liking the young fella. I agree with you on that one with Maurice Alexander. That's not my pick, but I agree with you guys. Luke G, what you got, man? Who can make this roster on Sunday?
All right, listen. All right. I hate to be the dead horse, but sometimes you got to kick that thing a few times and a little bit longer to make sure it's alive.
Mm-hmm.
And we know it's dead. Any linebacker on this goddamn team can make this team. I don't care who it is, the Vail linebacker, the Kurt linebacker, the Mike linebacker, we all can make this team. And as far as I'm concerned, all the offensive players, it's fun in games, but they need linebacker. They need linebackers on so many levels, from the starters to the depth. And any linebacker that you can take that is going to stay here on this team and help this team win, keep them. It's just that simple. Just keep them.
So
I don't see how we cannot do it.
Okay. I feel you on that one. Linebacker, who can make this roster on Sunday? Either one of the backup quarterbacks can lead whoever has the biggest day on Sunday will make the roster. So if Blau can ball out, he will make the roster, because I think it's only going to be two quarterbacks in this roster. It's going to be Jared Goff and it's going to be one other guy. I don't think with the need for depth at other positions, I don't believe that they keep two quarterbacks below Jared Goff. So it's going to be Jared Goff and one other guy. I just think
I don't see Blau making it simply because I've said this now for a couple of weeks. I watched him on Hard Knocks. And I'm seeing some deficiencies going on in his mental game, whether his self-confidence is gone, he's distracted in some way or some form. but his mental game is completely off, and it's really affecting him. He is so much better than Boyle in every way, but his performance is not showing it.
And you know me, I'm not the biggest fan of Tim Boyle at all.
Oh yeah,
I think he's making the team, and I think
Boyle's a boy on Micro Mike's behind.
He is, man.
How bad is it for you when Boyle is beating you in the stats?
Yeah.
That's a master beater right there.
All right, Dr. Detroit. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the wrong comment. All right, here he is. All right, so Roddy Detroit wants to know, why don't we look at some linebackers from the USFL? Really, because all the good linebackers from the USFL are already been signed. I'm just gonna be honest with you. They already on NFL rosters. The ones that was worth signing, they already been signed. Yeah. The best ones out of that league are already on rosters already. I mean, yeah. And that guy Turnip you're talking about, he's probably was one of the best ones from the USFL. And the Cowboys, that's what we need to trade with, because I don't know how many Cowboys got more linebackers than the Bears got tight ends. I don't know how the hell that's possible.
You know what they did? They moved a lot of safeties.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a lot of linebackers in.
They moved a lot of their safeties to the linebacker spot. That's why you see encouraged at the linebacker spot, and you see they're literally actively looking for big guys who can play safety and moving them to the linebacker spot.
And then you have, and then they're talking to some of the guys they drafted the last 2 seasons. They drafted a linebacker last year and this year.
I'm actually surprised, though. I really am. I'm actually surprised that we didn't give Brady Breeze a shot at linebacker. I'm like, is the room that open? Open it up to him too.
Well, he just got released with a injury settlement, so he'll pop up somewhere.
Yeah, but I would have capped him, and he could have stayed injured somewhere else in the meantime. But I get what they do. I'm just saying, everybody need an opportunity at linebacker right now. Like I told my son the other day, I said, I know you just turned 3 years old, but you can do this. The Lions need you.
No, what we need to have is Tracy Walker's son, Quattro, go out there, because he got that mean mugging linebacker look.
Yeah, definitely.
Scour the waiver wire.
Yeah, they drafted Jabril Cox and the other linebacker this year from LSU to the Dallas Cowboys. So they did. Man, they got so many freaking linebackers out there in Dallas, man. It's freaking crazy. Q says, don't we have 5 linebackers? We got Barnes, Rodrigo, Anzalone, Davis. We got Josh Woods, a few more of those guys in the mix. But yeah,
if you say so.
Doesn't mean they're good.
Don't you want to see if they work out? Look, now I'm cheering for Barnes because that was Jim's player. So we won't cheer for Barnes to step up and ball out this year. Rodrigo, we already know, is doing his thing and Zalone, man, Thor lost his hammer. I mean, he got to go. Jared Davis, he could do something, but he's still not there yet. There's a lot of issues there.
Mm-hmm.
So no, we don't have the linebackers. We got a ton of linebackers, but are they any good? No.
Okay, what is this comment? I want to know what this means. Rustin Burks, please explain yourself.
Kind of like watching the WNBA.
What about the WNBA? I watch the WNBA. What does that mean?
I'm scouring the Legends League for linebackers.
I'm not getting what you're saying. Like, what's the point? First of all, I'm not gonna bash any league, any professional sports league. So you can get that crap out of here. Those ladies are talented, and they go out there and play their hardest. And trust me, and they will bust your. Them ladies will bust your ass on the court. So you can keep that comment to yourself. Okay, keep it moving on, man. Let's get to the final question of the day. I'm not gonna say I don't like that type of stuff. I got daughters, I got granddaughters that play sports. I got my granddaughter, she swims, she plays tennis. What you ain't gonna do is disrespect female athletes right here on Detroit Lions of the Proud. That what you ain't gonna do is come up here and do that. What we ain't gonna do. All right, next up we got he said, what's the point? That's what they were doing. All right, what is your biggest concern heading into the regular season? Because we still got, we got to look at it. We're about 2 weeks away from the regular season starting. We're only a couple weeks away. So what is your biggest concern for the Lions headed into the regular season? And we'll go to Mike first. What you got?
I'm sorry I screwed you all because you already know where I'm going here. It's called the linebacker position. I'm literally
shocking. You're so shocking.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take a bat to this dead horse, and I'm just gonna keep freaking hitting it like Office Space, punching that bad boy down. It is a massive concern for the Lions. I've seen nothing that this team is going to be able to really cover this concern. I think it's going to be the Achilles heel for this team all year long.
Yeah, definitely. Linebacker. Okay. What you got, Maniac Tim?
Okay. Actually, I got 3 of them. I got linebacker. I also got cornerback, and I got backup quarterback.
Okay.
All 3. I mean, golf goes down, man. We are in some serious pain. You know, and I mean the cornerbacks. You don't know. You know, if they ball out, they could be good, but if they don't, but definitely linebacker.
Okay. So linebacker, corners, and the backup quarterback position. Okay, those are some good things. I got you. What you're saying, I feel what you're putting down there, Uncle Timmy. All right, Queen of the Proud. What you got? What is your biggest concerns going into the regular season?
What he said, what he's about to say, and what he's about to say. But this one for me stems right off the whole linebacker situation. It's the secondary, especially at the safety spot. Please, y'all put Iffy up in there. You know you got problems. That boy don't belong at safety. Now I love him. He my boy. He my boo. But he don't belong there. He belong where he belong. And you done put Harris over there in Akuda. I mean, I don't know what's worse, diarrhea or vomit fighting over there. But if he needed to be over there, you got that a whole hell of a mess. That needs to be fixed. That could have been fixed. It wasn't fixed, and I'm pissed off it wasn't fixed. So y'all just need to fix that shit real quick.
Okay, so she says, safety and all that other stuff. What you got, Luke G? Biggest concern heading into the regular season?
It's still safety. And I know people are going to say, well, Luke, what do you mean? We got Iffy, we got Kirby. When's the last time Elliott played a full season? Seriously. When's the last time Elliott played a full season?
It's got to be 2020? 2019?
I mean, we. If he make 8 games this year, I'd be surprised. They're taking bets on this about how many games he's going to be in. So they're not even expecting him to finish the season playing majority of the games. And so if he goes down, have you seen enough from Iffy at safety and Kirby at safety to feel comfortable to say, to feel comfortable to say, yeah, I'm good. I want this person to come in. No. I'm still worried about that. Mike has already beat the other dead horse. I'm gonna beat this one to death because this is ridiculous. The safety position has got me nervous, and everybody's praising Kirby, and I'm like, you realize he's got way too many goddamn tackles to be a safety.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was 2020 was his last full season. He's only been in the league. This is his 4th year in the league. He played 6 games. He didn't play his rookie year. He was hurt. He played 6 games last year with injury. No, I'm sorry.
He played for the Illini. Come on.
Yeah, he played. Deshaun Elliott played 6 games in 2019. Didn't start. Was a backup, and then he played a full season in 2016, 16 games, and then last year, of course, he missed 11 games with injury. So yeah, there you go.
It's a hot mess. And Michael Hook saying if he has a soft issue to injury, as per Campbell's press conference this morning.
Okay, yeah, and you get those with the way that, and that's what do you call that? That's a product of the new CBA. You get a lot of soft tissue injuries with the way that the CBA is structured with practice nowadays. You get a lot of those soft injury issues happening with some of the players. For me, my biggest concern has to be the I'm gonna have to agree with Tim, the backup quarterback position. That's my If we lose Jared Goff, man, because right now we're going to be in shootouts because of the defense. So we're going to have a great quarterback play. And if we lose Jared Goff, we're going to be hurting for certain. So I agree with that. All right. That is all of our questions for today. Now it is time to have our special story time announcement. And I give it over to Queen of the Proud, Miss Valerie Bordeaux.
Okay, y'all. This one's gonna be a rough one for me. So hang on tight. I appreciate y'all hanging on. But I'm gonna have to take you on a bit of a rabbit trail for a little bit, because I want you to get the full picture of why that the announcement that I'm going to be making is as special as it is. Now, everybody here knows that Jim Bordeaux started Lions on the Prowl with Tim. Best friends, hanging out on my couch, and talking the game and developing this community. And they're avid Lions fans, and I'm an avid Bears fan. And now Jim and I, we had many problems and many obstacles in our relationship, but the one thing that made our relationship special was that we were very obsessed with rivalry games. Okay? And when Bears Lions games came on, they typically have those rivalry games happen. They typically happened around Thanksgiving time. Now, y'all heard the story before. Thanksgiving was the anniversary of our first date. It's Thanksgiving, and it's Lions Bears game. This is affectionately we call our Super Bowl. We've got Jim and I hanging out with the game on. Tim asleep on our couch with all our drinks and our food. Now, so we took that shit seriously. Now, as this show has progressed, Jim was able to get the opportunity to work with interview one of his childhood football heroes, Herman Moore, along with Lomas Brown and everything. And out of that opportunity came the once in a lifetime dream for him to be able to work every single day with him on a project that we've affectionately now know as Lions Nation Unite, which encompasses every single one of the values that Jim wanted to instill here on this show. Okay? So having said that, as part of Lions Nation Unite, we as content creators, we get to have certain perks from time to time. We can get access to free tickets. We get our merchandise. We get access to that stuff to give to you guys as fans, listeners, subscribers, however we all want to call you. Okay? And as a thank you and a gratitude of support for for being here for us. Okay? So Jim knows that I've never ever attended a live NFL game. I was the only person in my family to be interested in football whatsoever. And by the time I got to become an adult to afford to go to a game, I had driven by Soldier Field 1,000,000 times, but I had moved to Michigan. Okay? So the very first time I've ever stepped into an NFL football field was Ford Field on Family Fun Fest Day with Jim and Tim last year. So the first opportunity that happens for Jim to be able to get tickets through Lions Nation Unite, he comes running out of his office and says to me and goes, "Guess what?" I go, "What?" "Lions Bears game. It's on Thanksgiving, day after Thanksgiving." Now, for us, this is Super Bowl weekend. This is the beginning of the year. We've got a few months to plan. We're spending all summer long. Okay? We are spending all summer long planning. We're going. How are we going? We're going to get all the food. We're going to get all the drinks. We're going to take Tim up there. We're going to get him in trouble. We're going to go get a hotel room. We're going to crash North End Ken's house and sleep on his sofa and tear up and get into his bed. We're going to do some shit, okay? But we're going to make the most of this. So we were planning this event for a long time. But then the plot thickens. 2 weeks before the game, y'all, Jim and I both get sick with COVID. And Jim's health is a lot worse than mine. He had a kidney transplant. He did not want to go to a doctor because he was afraid his kidneys were failing, and he did not want to go through a transplant again. And I'm not feeling that bad at this point. So excuse me all, this might get a little rough. But I'm trying to get him motivated to go. And so it was, we've got to get better. We got the game on Friday. We got to go. And his words were, I'm not going to make it. We're not going to go. I don't believe him. My health took a turn for the worse the next day. It was rough. And for the first time in our marriage, that man ended up right. And he did not make it that day. So we did not get to go. I still, to this day, don't even know what the score is for that game. I don't know who won, nor have I ever looked it up. That one thing that we had always looked forward to never was going to happen. So this week, a gold member pops up in one of our live chats with a special announcement for the gold members meeting. So we go and we're having our gold members meeting, and man doesn't show. That's all good. It's all cool. We know things come up, whatever. We'll wait. I trust this person. We got you. We good. We good. Right? We'll find out what it is. We're all curious because we know it's going to be good, but we don't know how. Okay. So about an hour later, I get ding, 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 ding on my phone. And of course, it's Kurt Steele. And if you know Kurt Steele as well as I do, this man is infamous for the butt dial.
I'm a serial butt dialer.
He is a humongous butt dialer. Okay. That man's booty makes more calls than he does. So, so I'm ignoring it until I finally see a message pop up. It's like, you got to call me back. So, okay. And he's like, he tells me what the news is. And I'm like, oh, I don't even know how to process this. I really don't. And this person had emailed me that night, but I did not respond that night. I emailed it the next morning. I emailed him the next morning to find out what this is. So here's the details, y'all. Dr. Detroit has made a submission to the Detroit Lions to have Jim's picture with Herman Moore and his memorial information as a tribute on the big screen at Ford Field on New Year's Day, when the Chicago Bears come to play. Now, we're still awaiting official confirmation from the Detroit Lions, but Dr. Detroit assures me that he's 90% confident that this is going to happen because this is a perk for club and suite members. What do I know? I've never even been to a game. So I'm going to believe him on that one. And he not only is so confident on that one, that he donated a ticket to me to make sure I saw it. Not only that, he knows that I can't get there. And someone else has been a co-creator all along on this channel that deserves to go as well. And so a ticket was gotten for Tim. Not only that, he stepped up even again to purchase a ticket for Jim's dad to go to that game. Now, the rest of his family is going to be buying their own tickets to go to this game to see this. So we will all be there. And now me and the girls we all have memorial necklaces. I'm not wearing it right now, but that have Jim's ashes in them. So in one small way, Jim and I will be able to attend that game together, even though it's not originally as planned. And I've been on an emotional roller coaster, guys. I'm doing my best to hold it together, but I've been bawling my eyes out. I didn't think I could get through all of this without bawling my eyes out as well. But this is a tremendous gift that Dr. Detroit has given that means so much to me and so much to the Prowl Nation for this very purpose, y'all. And this goes back to what was kind of said about me earlier about being the queen of the Prowl. Jim's whole focus for this community was that we were to be a family. Jim worked night and day for this family. He was always on a chat with somebody somewhere, watching a game somewhere, studying, trying to make things happen. And his whole purpose was to be able to create a family. And it's moments like this. Even though I'm a Bears fan. There's been lots of times that I felt like the outsider here, quite a bit, because the truth is I kind of am. But Jim always wanted this to be a place that it didn't matter what team you rooted for when you're here. Even if you root for the Packers, old timer Dave, I'm calling you out.
Yep.
Even if you root for them, when you're here, your family. And it's moments like that where North End Ken steps up and makes sure I get an Iffy jersey. It's moments like these where Dr. Detroit does this amazing thing for Jim and for me and for his family that truly shows that Jim's legacy is being continued by you guys. And now not all of you can always do big things like that, but know that even from the smallest comment to the greatest gift and reward from that you could possibly think of, every one of those things envelops Jim's legacy moving forward as a Prowl Nation family. And for that, on behalf of me and my family, I am forever grateful for that. And I appreciate every single one of you for that. And now, Jim has put me in charge of this channel, okay? Thank you, Jim, from keeping my bipolar split personality thing going. And now Dr. Detroit has now fed it with, what the hell is a girl going to wear to this game?
The Iffy jersey. That's what you got to wear. You got to either that or the Derek Barnes.
Okay. I'm going to have to show up with an Iffy jersey and Bears bottoms. Y'all going to make me look ridiculous out here. But I'm telling you, New Year's Day, y'all, I am making the most of this event. So I'm going to be in section 138. And if you are going to this game, your ass better come find me. Introduce yourself if I ain't seen your face before. Say hi. Give me a hug. Get a selfie. Get some love from the family. And because if you don't, and I find out that you went to that game and you did not come say hi. You've seen my rants before, haven't y'all? We're gonna have some words come the next Free for All Friday. So I want to see you there. Come see me. Come make the most of it and show the entire Detroit Lions fan base what Prowl Nation is really all about. So thank you guys for hanging out with me and allowing me to share my story with you.
Definitely.
And thank you, Dr. Detroit.
Thank you, Dr. Detroit. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So excited for that news. And I got that news yesterday. I was texted. I kept calling back. Hey, you got to call me back because I'm so excited for that, man. Thank you, Proud Nation family, man, Dr. Detroit, and everyone who's been supportive of the channel. That keep coming back. We know it was a big culture change shock when we lost Jim last year, and you guys keep coming back, and love you right here on Detroit Lives of the Proud. With all that being said, there's not really nothing really left to say, but thank you for keep coming back, and we thank you guys for being right here with us right here on Detroit Lions on the Proud, man. There's no need for final thoughts for today. That's the final thought. Hey, it's the weekend. Go make sure you check out the game on Sunday. Have fun. Be with the ones you love, man. You know what I'm saying? Have a couple daddy sodas, some cool drinks, whatever you drink, some pop or whatever else, man. Have a pizza. And if you don't eat pizza, eat a piece of pizza for Jim, because that was his thing. That's what he always
or ham or cheeseburger.
Or a cheeseburger. That was my guy. I talked to him a couple times. What do you guys having Thanksgiving? Oh, we having pizza. That's what his thing was. He loved pizza. But with all that being said, thank you all for checking us out right here on Detroit Lions on the Proud. Hey, do your man Kurt Steele one big favor. Whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For the panel, this is Kurt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon. And as always, we love you, Jim.